My name is Richard Craig. I am an associate professor in the School of Journalism and Mass Communications at San Jose State University. I don't know if you need anything else.
No, that's good.
I'm primarily a journalism instructor, but I do have my PhD in communications, and so I have a background beyond that, and I also teach intro to mass communications, mass communication history, a lot of other classes, so we cover a lot of ground. There's been a movement throughout journalism to converge just sort of the old, what we call the silos, which is newspaper, magazine, broadcast, photo, all of that. There's been a movement toward that for a lot of reasons, and so there was an idea that if we're going to do this, if we're going to put out student media that are that one sort of holds the hand of the other, that we report one big story in print and then accompany it with a video piece shot by our broadcast people and a photo gallery and all of that, that we need a class to prepare students for that. And that's pretty much what the Converge Newsroom class tries to do. The way that we do it, whether you're a print student, I keep saying print, but if you are a reporting and editing student or a magazine student or broadcast or whatever, we want to bring people from all these sequences together, and they produce, rather than a story, they produce a multimedia package where you have a main text story, usually some photos, maybe a whole photo gallery, some video, infographics are very important. Sometimes we'll have a podcast and all of that. But the way that we do it, that sounds like an awful lot for one person, and it is. So we break the students up into groups for each project, usually groups of 3, and they divide up the labor among themselves. And what I try to get them to do is, if you are a broadcast student, write the print story. If you're, if you've never shot video before, this is your chance to do it. Just to get students a chance to get their feet wet in all these different directions, and it's really gone well this semester. I'm really proud of the stuff that the students have put forward. Well, one of the things that we're discovering in talking to people throughout the industry, yes, you will be a lot more employable if you can do a lot of things. We've just in the past few days had a number of alums back here on campus talking about that, the fact that if you can do a little bit of a lot of things, you're going to be much more likely, number 1, to get hired, number 2, to stay around. But accompanying that is also the idea that you've learned a little bit about all these things, but you need to have your core area of specialty. You need to have the one area in which you have expert knowledge, that you have a lot of experience in, and all of that. Our whole curriculum is kind of going in that direction where this is my core specialty, but I've also learned to do all these other things. And the Converge Newsroom class also kind of goes in that direction, because by the end of the semester, if students aren't already aware of what they like and what they really want to do when they come in, they seem to have gone forward with that. We have some students that come in, primarily looking at, I want to be a magazine writer, and then they fall in love with video, or other examples like that. So our job is not to pigeonhole them. Our job is to expose them to these things, to give them a proficiency in these things. But when they figure out, this is what I'm really all about, this is what I'm interested in, to really serve that. And that's what we're trying to do all the way across the curriculum, not just in this one class.